Hi, welcome to Action 3. It's good to see you again. This action is called the initial data collection. Now, I hope you've enjoyed Action 1 and 2. Hopefully it's been sunny and you've gotten to be outside. And this action is super important because we are going to be looking at the trash at your home and in your neighborhood, and we're going to record it. Now, you might be wondering why I'm wearing this coat. Well, it's because today you get to be a litter detective. Collect data, and start to make decisions on how to improve our oceans. Now, this is my favorite activity on this whole entire trash amendment journey. Are you ready? Now that you're familiar with your neighborhood map, you're an expert at the trash problem in your neighborhood, and you know where the storm drains are, it's time to collect some data on trash. But you may be thinking, what's data? And how do we collect data on trash? In this case, data is information that is collected and put together to be analyzed so we can look at the trash in your neighborhood. But in what ways are you going to collect data on someone who litters? I guess we could follow the neighbors around and count how many candy wrappers they drop. Wow, that could take a long time to collect data. So cities decided they wanted to learn about where the trash came from, finding the source of the problem. And they sure didn't want to follow people around. So they came up with the initial data collection worksheet to go out and count the amount of trash they found on the ground, in the streets, in the city. They take pictures, record the areas with a lot of trash, and put it all onto a map. Then they have data. And just like the cities in Action 3, you will be using your map, using the initial data collection worksheet, and collecting data. So let's walk through it together. It's broken up into sections, so let's walk through it. First, make sure your name is on the worksheet. Then put the date of your collection, the time you're collecting, and the location of where you're doing your data collection. While you're walking around, I want you to do 3 things. Number 1, you are going to take note where the trash is coming from. Did it get in the backyard from a brother or sister? Is there a trash lid open somewhere and the trash landed in the gutter? 2, take notes on the types of trash you see. Wrappers, plastic bags, plastic water bottles. Is there a certain type of trash that you see multiple times? 3, you're going to grade areas on your map with low, moderate, high, and very high. When you're outside, be sure to follow your map. You're going to look at some pretty good size areas. Then you're going to decide how you want to grade it. I want you to write directly on the map, just like I did. So right here, I put low, this part was moderate, high, and very high. So let's talk about what these mean. So when you have a low area, that means that there's no trash. It's completely spotless. Could have maybe one little wrapper, just like this picture. Then moderate has a couple pieces of trash, maybe like 10 steps in between. Then you go to high amounts of trash, which means that there's more trash than moderate and they're a little bit closer together. Then you go to very high amounts of trash, and you're going to see piles of trash and lots of trash around that pile. So I want you to look really closely, and when you're done walking around and grading some areas, I want you to give a total grade for your neighborhood. Either it's low, moderate, high, and very high. Also, don't forget to take pictures. All good detectives take pictures of the evidence that they find. Then, after you're done with your data collection, you're going to go back and you're going to fill out your analysis worksheet. Now, this worksheet's really important to identify something called a hotspot. Now, a hotspot is an area that's gathered a noticeable amount of trash. So, like on my map, I labeled a hotspot here where it's a very high amount of trash, and I labeled a hotspot here where it's a high amount of trash. Now, these locations are going to be your focus when you're deciding on your solutions on how you're going to fix this problem in your neighborhood. Okay, you're all set. Be a good detective, collect good data, and I'll see you in Action 4.